Hey everyone, Loomis here, and I am back a little bit later in the week, but back with another Apex Mercenary review for the last weekend of Season 3, Apex Arena. Now, this weekend's interesting because the Mercenaries are very tank heavy. There's five tanks available here, so it's going to be interesting, I think, to see how that plays out in lower levels. But to start, we have a 5-star Bozel here. Now, this Bozel equipment-wise is all right. You prefer to see the Miracle Staff, but the nice thing about Galaxy Staff is that the AoE skill damage increase is actually the same. You're just missing a little bit of flat HP and the ability to tack on an extra debuff, but the skill damage is actually the same, and Bolso does not take in anyways. So that is one interesting thing about the Galaxy Staff. Now, it does have, pretty good AB enchants and decent enough PvP enchants. An interesting theme this week is that the units are actually enchanted for once, so that's after weeks of not having any enchants on basically any of the mercs, Zlong Games is finally giving the people some half decently enchanted people. But I think Bozel stat wise I'm not thrilled by these stats. He is missing the summon rune, which is a little bit annoying. So if this Bozel's better than yours, you can feel free to replace him. But I'm very whelmed by this Bozel. All right, next we have a 6-star Jugler here, and the first thing that sticks out about the Jugler is the Sakura armor instead of Last Rites. This will significantly affect the tankiness of your Jugler. However, whenever he fights a mage, like let's say Rachel bursts through the lines to attack Jugler, she's going to get hit, so that can potentially be used to your advantage. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Blood Pact on Jugler, but it works all right. 4,700 HP is actually pretty low for a Blood Pact Jugler. Actually, in my opinion, all the stats on it are kind of low, except the MDef is pretty solid. But 558 defense is not the best. It's okay, and I think especially for a Blood Pact Jugler, this HP is low. It does have very very high AB enchants. This is very good, and the PvP enchants are actually pretty good again. So this Jugler is decently usable. If it's better than yours, you should have no qualms putting it in your box. So just basically check it against your own Jugler, and obviously if you do not have a Jugler, put this in your box. All right, now we have a 6-star Lenin here, and the big problem with it is that it's level 65, which is not good. It's running Death Rope for reasons I am unsure of, and the Ice Enchant, which is great for memes, but I think in practice is not the best for Aladdin. It does have all its runes. Again, it does have... Actually, this one's less enchanted than the other ones, but at least it has some. But I'd say overall, Lenin is very shaky in the current meta, and this Lenin has bad stats, is level 65, weird equipment choices. I would just stay far, far away from this guy. Alright, now I have a 5-star Lanford here, and this one's interesting. So, it's running Blazing Sun, which I think is highly questionable. However, it's still, even though it's a 5-star, has decent stats, has Apex Boots, has his unique. Those are all good things. It has, I'd say, very good AB enchants, and it has, decent PvP enchants, so it's definitely usable. Now, whether Lanford's good for your box is a whole other question, and that is something that I cannot answer. So, if you feel that your box could take a boost from a Lanford, especially if you run more of like a tank push style, not a terrible choice. He does go well, especially with Vargas, because not only does he, with his aura, boost up your defensive capabilities, but he has this strategy faction buff, as you can see here. So, having him for a Vargas is nice if you run Vargas and don't have a Lanford. But I feel that Lanford has a very niche spot in the current meta. And for most boxes, he's probably not going to fit. All right, now we have a 6-star Close here. And, she does have the Gift of Eternal Life, but, Gargoyle Jacket, Loki Helmet, Holy Ring, Decent, actually, no, this is the, at least it has AB and PvP enchant camp. Not particularly great either, but not terrible. It does have the runes, obviously. This Close actually has pretty low intelligence, I would say, overall. You definitely want your Close to have a lot more, and having, less than 830 intelligence is just not going to cut it, in my opinion, especially at 6-star. it should easily have 100 to 130 more int. If you don't have a fourth healer, this is going to work. But, if you have 4 good healers already, I would not put her in your box, especially with Close's, her fit in the current meta is shakier by the day. Alright, now I have a 6-star Amelia here. And, this Amelia is... The first thing that actually pops out to me is that she's running an Overlord's badge and not a Bracer, which really, really, really hurts her. Amelia already is a very, very shaky PvP unit, and she basically requires all best in slot equipment and insane enchants. And the most important piece of equipment for her is the Bracer, because otherwise, if she doesn't have Bracer, you can use Fix to knock her out of Fair Fight, and Fair Fight is by far the best thing about Amelia. So, any Claret with a Ragnarok is going to knock her under 90%, and she is not going to attack first, and this really, really, really hampers her ability to do anything. As for AB and PvP chance again, it's okay, not great. For some reason, she has plus crit. That's confusing. Very odd choice. Also attack. Okay, these PvP enchants make absolutely no sense. Whoa, she gives her plus attack on the AB? Alright, now this Amelia is not good. Whoa. Okay. Alright, so anyone who does not know, Amelia is the same as any other conversion character, and her attack is replaced by another stat. So the only stat that matters for her attack is her MDef. So stacking attack is completely stupid. It makes absolutely zero sense. Now I wonder if it has attack. Oh god, it has attack rolls. Oh jeez. Just on the 2, but oh wow. Actually, this isn't a terrible enchant for an armor, so like at least it has a lot of the MDef, so that's understandable. I guess this one has max. Okay, the enchants are understandable. The PvP enchants are completely unforgivable and 100% a mistake. So for the many reasons I just outlined, do not put this in your box. Alright, now we have a 6-star Vargas. And this Vargas is interesting. So one thing you do have to note about King's Amulet is that this is an in-battle thing, so it's not going to apply to his conversion up front. Let's see the enchants here. Okay, so okay AB enchants, okay PvP enchants. Actually, at least it's full. It's missing his last tier 2, but armor pierce is more a PvE thing than a PvP thing. I say I like its equipment overall. This defense is pretty low, not the best, especially for a 6-star. So stat-wise, this Vargas isn't thrilling. But if you are missing a second tank and you're in like the low levels, you could consider putting this Vargas in your box. And you could also consider putting the Merc Lanford in your box because they synergize well together. So that's something just to think about if you're in a lower tier. Alright, now we have a 6-star Kuwabara. And, this is an interesting pick. Alright, so he has, some AB enchants, and he has no arena enchants, which is too bad. Now, which one has his... Okay, yeah, so he has the skill health first here, and it has a conversion, so his defense becomes 0.6 his attack. So Kuwabara is one of those tanks who wants to stack attack. Now, that being said, he has no passive guard. He only has active guard, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he only has active guard, so you can sneak an attack by him if his guard goes down. Equipment-wise, not terrible. But I just say his stats are too low, and he's just not that good of a tank. So I think it's very, very tough to put him in your box. So I would generally stay away. Alright, now we have a 6-star Leticia here, and ignoring the Meme Lord equipment for a sec. As I say with all Leticias, if you're going to use her, use your own, because they're never going to put a good Leticia in here that's worth using. So just use your own. For posterity, she does have actually not pretty good AB enchants and some PvP enchants. But just don't be a Meme Lord. Build your own Leticia if you're going to use her. And then last we have a 6-star Egbert. Oh boy. All right, just I mean, full stop. This int is way too low to do an absolute thing. What is this here? 662. That's trash. Surprisingly, why? Who enchants attack on their Egbert? Why? Why? Ugh, idiots. It's running the Scarab on as because Egbert needs healing effects for who knows why. This is just a terrible Egbert. Egbert sucks and should not be used in PvP. This one especially. Alright, so that's it for the video today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you could hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And as always, if you guys have any questions about the Mercenaries this week, please ask me and let me know in the comments below. Alright guys, thank you so much, and I will see you again soon.